Hey y'all, I'm Rach with Rach Makes Cakes, and today I'm gonna show you what is in my toolbox. The other day in my delivery video, I mentioned my toolbox, but I didn't go into detail about what is actually in here. So this toolbox I got from Michael's. It's a Wilton Toolbox. I bought it probably 20 years ago. And I looked it up online just now to see if they still make it, and they make something kind of similar, but it seems like it's expensive. So if you're interested in something, you could probably find one that's a little more cost effective at maybe the hardware store. But yeah, let's get into it and see what's in here. What's in here right now stays in here all the time. I never take it out. I will add things to it for specific deliveries, but I always keep my toolkit intact because it's convenient. So in no particular order, I have gloves. Actually, these are probably the most important thing when working with food, and especially if I'm not in a spot where I can thoroughly wash my hands, I'll do a little sanitizer, put on some gloves, and I'm good to go. I also have scissors and floral tape. If I'm arranging flowers on a cake, I need both of these to get that job done. I have a level to ensure that the cake table and the cake stand are both level, because if I spend a lot of time making my cake level and then the table's crooked, everyone assumes the cake is the problem. No one thinks it's the table. So I've got a level, and in the event that the table is not level, I have an assortment of shims. These are composite construction shims, and I usually have some wood ones in here as well. I don't have those right now. I'll need to add that to my list the next time I'm at Home Depot. But I'll just use these under the cake table to level the table out before I place the cake. I also have a variety of skewers, dowels, and straws. This is kind of what I keep in here all the time. And this is so that if I'm placing a topper or another decoration provided by my client and it's not quite working, this is kind of a way to even things out or support a topper that's too heavy. Let's see, I have paper towels because, you know, you might need them. A lot of times I'll use this if I'm finishing off a cake or doing something with buttercream. I can wipe the tip of my piping bag off, or I can wipe off a spatula or my hands or whatever. I have, this isn't a glove actually, white ribbon in case I need to finish off the cake base for a wedding cake. I normally cut this to size and just throw it in on top before I deliver, but I bring this just in case I forget to do that. I have, what are these? Straight pins with a little head on it so that I can secure the ribbon in the event that I need to do that. I have some wire cutters in case I'm placing a topper that has a support that is too long or something that needs to be cut off. I occasionally have people that want to add artificial flowers to a cake, and so sometimes those are on wires also and you can't separate them, so these come in really handy for cutting up artificial flowers. There's another shim. I have this. I have not had to use this before, but this is a single-use stain remover wipe. I was setting up a wedding cake one time and I was placing something, I can't remember what it was, on the cake table, and the planner made a comment about not to get her tablecloth dirty. And I was like, oh shoot, what if I did accidentally stain something? So I bring this along just in case. Hopefully I never have to use it. And this is one of my favorite tools. It's just a tiny little palette knife. It's really helpful for getting under a cake board, or if I accidentally have a little blemish, I can smooth it out. This one is still in the plastic because I just leave it in here. I have probably 5 or 6 of these floating around, but I always keep one in here just in case because I never want to be caught without it. I have this. I'm not totally sure what this is called, but you squeeze it and it puffs out a little bit of air. Sometimes when I'm placing flowers, a little piece of the leaf or something might fall, and if it does, I can just like blow it off the cake with this. I have toothpicks because you absolutely never know. I have a little bit of vegetable shortening because you never know. And I have a little container of vodka. In the event that I drop this on the floor and I don't have a way to wash it, I can pour the vodka on here, wipe it off, clean it up, and sanitize it. Yeah, so that's everything I keep in my kit all the time. When I'm delivering a cake, I'll bring a little bit of everything that I used specifically on that cake to make any necessary repairs should something happen while it's in transit. So I'll bring whatever color buttercream I've used in the correct flavor, obviously. If I've made little flowers or any kind of fondant decorations, I bring all the extras in here. And basically everything that I would need to make a potential repair is in my kit, ready to go. And lastly, I have a big piece of parchment paper in the bottom of my toolbox. In the event something spills, when I get back, I can just take everything out and lift the parchment paper out and throw it away, and I don't have a huge mess to clean up inside my toolbox. All of these things that I have in my kit might seem like it's a little bit over the top, but I assure you everything that I keep in here is in here for a reason. Because I have been in a situation where I found myself thinking, darn, I really wish I had a shim. Or darn, this cake topper is way too heavy, I wish I had an extra dowel. So learn from my mistakes and pack yourself a toolkit that will come in handy in an emergency.